slow reveal with Braylon. Every week, Braylon brings us his top 7, because, the 1-7 that he wore with the Jets and the Browns.
See, now your stuff is coming
The
out.
1-7. So we use 7 as the magic number here each week. It varies because of how guys can either move up or move down. It's Braylon's top 7 Lions, and we go in descending order. So let's take a look at number 7. Who is number 7 for you?
So I went back and forth, and actually,
Ascending order, my apologies. Yeah.
100%. I feel like I want to change my number 7, and I think I want to flip-flop 5 and 4. I know that sounds crazy. I was trying to give some love to the big fellas up front. I was trying to give some love to some defensive players, and DJ Reader has been playing well up front for the Detroit Lions. A lot of times when you talk about the big fellas, you can't necessarily see the impact in stats. You can't see the impact in numbers. So I was watching film.
True.
He's taking on double teams. That's funny. He's taking on double teams a lot this season. He's causing a lot of situations, a lot of space where linebackers now are one-on-one, whether it's Jack Campbell, Anzalone, a lot of one-on-one situations because of that dirty work that he's doing up front. So I was going back and forth with he and Gibbs, and I chose to give the big fella some love. So coming in number 7 is DJ Reader. Now, look, we're going to need you this week, big fella. Yeah, we're going to need you a lot because last week, it's not exactly what we want to see. But this week, Baker Mayfield, see what you can do. We'll put DJ Reader number 7. I'll stick with it.
I'm glad you said that because I don't think defensive tackles in general get nearly enough love.
They do not.
It's very similar to guards and centers on the offensive side of the ball. What they do, though, is they are linebackers' best friends. Right?
Yeah.
Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell are free to make a lot of the plays that they make because of the space taken up by DJ Reader, Tyleek Williams, and Aleem McNeil this week against Tampa. How great is that? I don't know how much of a pass rush these guys are going to be able to create, but they will be able to collapse the pocket a little bit better against Baker Mayfield, and I think that's going to be a much underappreciated. I want people to look at these guys when they play. Much underappreciated situation for the Lions. I think Aleem McNeil back is a really big deal. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
For all of you out there about Jahmyr Gibbs, I'll just say this now. He's not on the list, and the reason why, the list changes every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever we do it, the list changes. You can move up, you can move down.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at what Jahmyr Gibbs is, I said it yesterday. If you drafted him number 1 in your fantasy, are you a happy camper right now if you drafted him number 1 overall? The answer is no. We expected him to be on pace for upwards of 1,800 to 1,900 yards from scrimmage. Right now, he's on pace for just over 1,500, and rushing yards, he's on pace to not crack 1,000. Well, just crack 1,000, maybe like 1,090 yards. So,
well, if you're talking about fantasy football, it's about touchdowns for him.
Well, and he has 4.
Right.
When he has 4, which also are behind the pace that he was at last year. So it's more so why he didn't make the list this year. Coming in,
It's a good one. It's a good point of view.
Yeah,
because that's why A.J. Brown pisses me off.
because he's just the easy one to throw on, and like you do some homework, you're like, okay, well, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Number 6, if you will. Now this guy actually could be higher. Like he really, 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 really could be higher. And actually, I wanted to flip him and Goff, but I'll keep it the same.
Well, you just gave it away then.
For the graphic. 100. But you don't know who the guy is though.
That's true.
You don't know who the guy is. The guy is none other than your tight end, Sam Laporta.
He was really good.
Sam Laporta has been the most consistent thing on the offense for the Detroit Lions the last 4 games. Not named the quarterback and the right tackle. Like, he's been the most consistent. They've gotten him going early in games. He's the only player that Goff stays with the whole game. Like, he's making plays in the first half. He's making plays in the second half. You saw the Cincinnati Bengals game, 2 catches on the first drive, and then he also had some big catches in the fourth quarter for that the third quarter of that game as well. Last game, Kansas City Chiefs, you know it. This guy's making plays for the Lions. He's starting to get back to 2 years ago when he was 1-2 best tight ends in the league in terms of numbers and the production that season. He's getting back there. So Sam Laporta comes in at number 6 on Braylon's top 7. Let's get number 5.
Just real quick, it's really hard with the number of weapons that the Lions have, don't you think, to be as consistent at that position. When you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown and you got Jameson Williams and you use Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery as an extension of the run game out of the backfield with passes, it's hard for a tight end to really kind of break through almost, don't you think?
100%. But Sam Laporta is finding a way because he's 60 yards shy of Jahmyr Gibbs' rushing yards.
So he's number 2
Yeah.
among
The
National
receivers.
Football League tight ends. Only Trey McBride has more receiving yards than Sam Laporta at the tight end position.
Yep, and he's number 2 on the team in yards reception behind you know who, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So Sam Laporta is doing it. He's like very consistent for what the Detroit Lions are doing. He's become the staple piece, that comfortability piece for Jared Goff. I love it. Bring him in at number 5. Number 4, there's his name. It's Jared Goff. Like, Goff has done nothing but be consistent this whole season. The big thing for me, turnovers. When you think Jared Goff, it's turnovers. How is he doing with turnovers when you look at him? Well, he's only got 2 interceptions this year, 1 fumble.
Right.
He's got 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. That's major for him. 203, 2 touchdowns last game, 258, 3 touchdowns the game before that. I mean, just look at his passer ratings, 118, 153, 103, 156, 120, 100. And obviously we remember one game, Cleveland game.
And
game
leads the league in touchdown passes with 14.
100%.
Okay.
So you could move him up higher on this list, but I think this is fine for where he is at
I think you're right. 76% completion percentage.
Look at you.
Number 1 in the National Football
even
League. Think
close.
about that. You're completing 76% of your passes. That's unheard of. It really is. And this is not a small sample size.
Hey, preach, brother.
No, not at all. And this is what Jared Goff has been doing for the last 3 years for your Detroit Lions. Number 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I got him coming in at number 4 on this list. Started out the year hot as it relates to touchdowns. He came out with 0, 3, 1, 2. He's been donut in the last 2 games, but it's the little things he's doing. In the last game, I was going to dock him some pay because we're not used to him dropping passes. He dropped 2, and they were big plays. Yeah. They were big downs for the Detroit Lions. But you know what? Not everybody can be perfect. Even Larry Fitzgerald, who had the best hands ever, even him has dropped a pass or 2.
Yeah,
More tackles
it's amazing.
than drops, though.
More tackles
than drops. Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Look him up.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3rd in the
Same.
National Football League in first down catches.
Yep.
That's a statistic that I'm starting to monitor a lot more since I've begun working with you, because we all get caught up in yards and touchdowns, and I know it's important. Don't get me wrong. But first down catches, he's the guy everybody expects is going to get it, but guess what? He does get it, and it's showing by moving the chains. Only Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith-Njigba have more first down rocks than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Now, what I don't like about this situation, and we'll talk more about this when the Lions play, the two teams they lost to are the 2 playoff teams that they played against. They lost both times. Amon-Ra had 45 against Green Bay. Amon-Ra had 45 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care what's going on. Find 14. Get 14 the ball. Don't tell me he's the best wide receiver in the league. Don't tell me he's one of the best players in the league, and you can't find him in the biggest games. You lost to Green Bay, he had 45 yards. You lost to Kansas City, he had 45 yards. I'm not saying that's the only thing to point to, but if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Get this man the ball regardless of drops. Who cares?
But what do you mean they're against the playoff teams? I'm confused at that. They're not in the playoffs yet.
What I'm saying is the teams that have winning records that they've played so far this season,
winning
they've
records.
lost to.
I'm sorry. Okay,
yes, Green Bay is going to be a playoff team. They lost to them.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs are leaning towards being a playoff team right now. They lost to them. So, like, I'm not a fan of that.
Okay, I get it. I mean, Baltimore could be a playoff team.
Baltimore is 1-5, Shep.
Yeah, I know, but
They're
it's
1-5
not a
right
great
now.
division. Some people think Chicago could be a playoff team, and he tore the Bears apart. Your point is well taken, and it's right on the money. I think, you
Right.
know, sometimes.
Since you want to bring up Chicago, Chicago had 2 backup DBs that day. But I wasn't going to go there. You went there.
Right? I didn't go to backup DBs.
But
If you want to talk about
But
losing.
you pointed out that he had 100. Like, we're getting off track. You pointed out that he had 100 yards. I didn't mention the 100 yards. You did. So since you brought up the 100 yards.
Well, I said he tore them apart. But
Right.
if you're going to do that,
Okay.
then you can talk about Kansas City. Detroit was without. If you're going to talk about them losing to those teams, they're without their left tackle. They're without the starting cornerback. I don't want to get into that because I can do that with
I
the
didn't
Lions.
even get into anything, Shep. I simply pointed out the DBs and talking about who he was going against one-on-one. Talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. I didn't talk about the Lions versus the Bears. I was simply talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown versus the DBs.
All I'm saying is you brought up the
I
the
didn't
te-
until
the-
you did.
No, I'm saying you brought up the teams that are going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Or have winning records. Winning
Winning
records is the way you phrased it. I'm saying if we're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, I would like to see him look against Chicago's got a winning record, so we could bring that up too. But your point's valid. I mean, your point's a valid one when you're going up against backup DBs. Okay, so I'll grant you that. I'm just talking about from a winning record standpoint. All right, number 3.
Number 3, put up there on the board. It's the big guy, Aiden Hutchinson. 92.3 is his grade so far on Pro Football Focus. He's 3rd in the league in sacks, 1st in forced fumbles, and 2nd in hurries, all at his position. He is getting to what we thought he was going to be this year. We were getting to what we hoped he would be this year, and that's running for defensive MVP. Is on pace for 17 sacks, and he's playing well. Now, I didn't say great, because he played great is that next step. Now, we know that's in there. We want to see it, but right now he's playing well, and I'm very excited where 97 is. He's a catalyst and the leader on that defense. He is the best player on that defense. He has been this season. My guy is figuring some things out. 97 has been that guy. You see that excitement? You see that energy right now? He's been bringing that all season, especially since game 1 was over. So Aiden deserves to be 3 on this list.
Is it surprising to you that he leads all defensive ends in sacks? Not pass rushers, defensive ends. The 3 guys who are ahead of him in sacks in the National Football League are all linebackers.
Right. This Denver's guy.
Benito. Brian Burns
and Brian Burns
for the Giants, and I forget who number 2 is.
No,
but
because
Hutchinson's right there. Byron Young for
it's not because look at those defensive lines. Like those defensive lines as a whole, there's some dominating defensive lines. There's some really good defensive lines, some good players on that line. Yeah. I think those guys are just having some fun. They're benefiting because of it.
Yes, especially the Rams. I mean,
100%.
Jared Verse is just such a man-child. All right, so
he's what? Like, what did the whole conversation we were having about Derrick Henry?
What?
Well, I told you that boy don't run it up in there. He's not built like that. Yeah, he's not like that. 1-on-1, Derrick Henry. He had another chance just to run in there and see what he could do. What did he do? He tried tiptoe to the left, and then Gerard Verse grabs him and slams him.
You're talking about when Jared Verse. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey, at some point you have to be 6'5", 240. Like at some point.
Yeah.
Like I get it. That's not your cup of tea, and it doesn't have to be. Like I'm not knocking you for that not being your cup of tea. It got you the Heisman. It's gotten you 2,000 yards almost twice.
Yeah.
So it's not his cup of tea. At some point, though, you just got to put it down for your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like Dave Montgomery in that same situation is like, look, whatever I get, I get.
Right. Whether it's Jared Verse or not, I've got to go up against it. Right.
And then you ran towards Gerard Verse.
Yeah.
If you don't go towards Gerard Verse, you're going against a defensive lineman, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll see that again this weekend with Vita, who you love.
I love
and
Vita.
He's an absolute beast inside. Former kid out of Washington, and it's the staple of Tampa's defense. All right, number 2.
Another absolute beast, working his way up the list. And now it's so crazy considering the viral video of me walking off when his name was called a couple years ago. Well, the boy has done nothing but play. Every time you turn on the film, Jack Campbell is getting to the quarterback now, which we wanted him to do. Shep called that. He said he wanted to see Jack get to the quarterback. Check. And also, he's just all over the place. There was a play in the game, Shep. Mm-hmm. You brought it up, and I immediately knew what you were talking about. Xavier Worthy catches a pass off the left side. He's running right, puts his foot in the ground, turns around. Xavier Worthy runs 4.2. That's not me just saying it because he's fast. There's proof. 4.2 at the combine. Yeah. When you see Xavier Worthy reverse and go this way, what do you think is about to happen? Yeah. Touchdown. Yeah. Not so fast, my friend. Yeah. Jack Campbell caught him in stride. I'm just saying, number 2. It is the man, Jack Campbell, and I'm starting to come all the way around on him. Kool-Aid, what? What do you have to say?
This is what I'm saying. You know
what do you have to say,
Come off the desk real quick. I'm going to put the one shot on Shep, and we're going to have you walk to the desk for Jack Campbell to reverse the order. So we got Jack Campbell, number 2. This is Braylon, reversing course from draft night. Let's rock, man. Put it to bed.
He is a badass.
Let's go.
He is.
You know, I learned this word. I learned these 2 words a long time ago. Lo siento. And lo siento is Spanish for I'm sorry. Sorry to the big guy, Jack Campbell. My apologies, my brother. I stand firm on what I felt that night, and I stand firm on this conversation now. He's showing you that he could be a constant in the defense. And it was last year. He made a lot of tackles. He did the things. You didn't hear his name a lot, but you're going to turn on film and you'll see 140 tackles. This year, you're actually seeing the plays. This year, you're hearing the plays. Like when you turn that film on, he jumps out of the plays. 97 is the only guy that's jumping out. 46 is jumping out as well. That's what I wanted to see to believe. He's shown me that, so shoot. By all means, he's number 2 on his list. Yeah, he's only number 2.
I love him. I think he's a badass. Yeah. You know who my favorite linebackers are, right?
He's out for the season. I'm sorry
Fred
for that.
Warner, and I'm really sad that he's out for the season.
Nah.
You know how much I respect your former teammate Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's
still going.
He's one of my.
How many people told him it was over?
I don't know, but they're not waking up.
It is.
He's truly one of my favorite players of all time.
The Rams had him.
He's an absolute pro. He's second in the league right now in total tackles. Jack Campbell has one more solo tackle than Bobby Wagner. My point is, if you're in the same conversation as Bobby Wagner, and I don't care if Bobby Wagner's 25 or 35, then you know you're damn good at your job. Jack Campbell is an absolute beast. He should be a captain on this team for years to come because he's ready and he's a smart player, fast player, big and strong player, everything you want in a linebacker.
10th in tackles, first in fumble recoveries, first in stops, and 92nd as it relates to, what is this? Missed tackles. 92nd out of 100 people. Wow. Missed tackles with 2. I also want to point out, notice that Aiden Hutchinson is first to force fumbles in his position. Jack Campbell is first to force fumble in his position. Somebody down there in Allen Park is putting an emphasis on getting the ball out. Thank you, Kelvin Shepard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Because you're putting emphasis on it, and we're seeing it come to light. And number one, though.
That's a great – I'm so glad you brought that up. That doesn't get talked about.
That's not on
enough.
accident. That's not on accident.
No, I know it's not. But I'm saying it gets glossed over.
Oh, yeah.
We look at certain stats, sacks, interceptions, the forced fumbles.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many's enough, but the forced fumbles, big deal at those two positions. I'm glad you highlighted it. Number one.
Speaking of a big deal, he's the biggest deal for the Detroit Lions, and that's your boy, Penei Sewell.
Love that picture.
He's number one. Notice I start with a big fella, and I end with a big fella. The big fellas are getting love today. Penei Sewell, he's done it all. He's number one graded he's the number one graded offensive lineman in the league right now. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? How many penalties does Penei have? You think about 3, 4,
I would
2?
I was going to say 2.
0.
Oh, yeah.
How many sacks has he allowed this year? You know what? Don't worry. It rhymes with 0.
Oh, I was going to say one rush. I know there was one
hit.
One quarterback hit.
There's one quarterback hit. His overall grade is a 94. He's 96 in pass pro. He's 89 in run pro. They're still figuring that out. That's not all on him. But the big fella is the constant on that offensive line. Have seen Glasgow trying to figure some things out. Taylor Decker hasn't played. Then Giovanni Manu. Here's Dan Skipper. The big guy on the right side is the constant for them. And what he's done with Tate Ratledge, too. Got to tip your hat to the big fella. So that is Braylon 7 this week. Penei 1, Jack 2, Aiden 3, St. Brown 4, Goff, Laporta, and even got some love for DJ Reader on the defensive line.
I love it, man. Good for you. Way to expand the horizon a little bit. Instead of going with the obvious names that so many people want to talk about, you're able to pick out DJ Reader, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Penei Sewell. I know. Somebody in the chat, Penei better be number 1. He was number 1.